Okay, so I've taken my mousse out of the machine into a bowl. I've got some cold water here, and I'm just going to shape the mousse onto my lemongrass. Wet hands, easy to work with. But kind of a walnut-shaped piece. Got to keep your hands fairly wet. There's no reason why you can't use gloves and wet hands on this one. If you don't like the texture on your hands. I have a couple of guys in the kitchen who kind of turn their nose up when we're doing this dish. And this, of course, you can turn into, you can actually use it for dim sum, for filling dumplings. You can add egg white and cream to it, make mousselines. Being that original kind of Pajarski recipe that I talked about earlier. In my early days as a chef in London, I actually used to make crab Pajarskis and make this very, very, very similar mix with crab meat, but without the Asian flavorings then, because I hadn't really experienced any Asian food. And then actually shape the crab into a cutlet, and it was I think we called it a pan-fried crab cutlet, if I remember rightly, or something equally boring. It's probably something in French. So once I've got these skewers done, I've got my grill pan heating up over here, my trusty Teflon grill pan. If someone said to me, what's your favorite implement in the kitchen? That would probably be it, between getting beautiful colors on grilled vegetables and being able to experiment with small batches of things before we go to the big barbecues. It's a wicked implement, it really is. We go through a lot of them, we use them a lot. And inexpensive, 27 Canadian, I think they are a pan. So definitely not the designer pricing. And we have some big flat ones which are about the size of this 6-burner stove. Those we actually had made for us, and they're great for when there's no way that you can barbecue outside, but you might be in a situation where you're under a tent with a stove and you can throw it on the stove. These, we found we can make these 3 or 4 days in advance, depending on whether we're going to be, if we're really swamped and we've got to get a lot of prep done in the kitchen. Because of they hold up so well. You can make them ahead of time, and 3 days easily, so long as obviously your scallops are nice and fresh, or you've taken a frozen product and you haven't messed around with it too much, or it hasn't spent too much time out. But they really do hold up pretty well. Okay, I'm coming to the end of my tray here, so I'm going to take 5 while I make sure my grill pan's up, clean my board off, and in the meantime I'm just going to put these in the fridge to set up. See you in a minute. So I've got a few in the grill pan already. I'm just going to turn these guys over. Holy cow, look at that. Man, oh man, oh man. Don't they look phenomenal? Oh, I could eat those myself. In the meantime, I told you about the dip, pineapple, soy sauce, basil. I've got the head of the pineapple, and although I would usually use this on a bigger platter, I'm just going to show you that we use pineapple heads all the time. We use them to stick fruit skewers in them. We use them to stick chocolate strawberries in them. We do all kinds of stuff for them. It's a great way of getting some very easy height onto your plates. Very, very, very easy. It's going to be a little bit too big for this platter, but hey, I'll put it on there, and you'll get the experience. Maybe what I can do is I can actually, as I'm cooking more of the skewers, I can demo and by the way, I'm missing most of the bucket here. Okay, so you get the idea. So now we've got some the skewers not quite. Just gonna turn them onto their side, and I'm gonna throw on a few more. Smell great. You get the lemongrass coming through. You've got some cilantro coming through, and it just it's just like walking into a Thai restaurant. I wonder if that means I can have a singer. Maybe. Excellent. They smell really, really good. Here we go. So this will give us a bit more of a dimension. So we can pull this guy off, open him up. We can just use the Scallops again underneath. I love using Scallops. It just gives it a nice, clean, green. It frames the plate up. We can put our dip over this side, and then we can start putting our skewers. And of course, if this was my friend Jamie, you'd be going there, "Come on mate, get a whiff of this, darling." It smells really good, really, really good. All right. There you have it. Thai scallops on a lemongrass skewer.